Hey guys, August here, coming some more Lost Ark. Today I want to show you guys Anguished Isle. Now I recommend doing this island as soon as you can. You can start it in tier 2. You could even start it as early as tier 1, but you might struggle a little bit because it is actually an 1100 item level island, so the mobs on here are scaled to that. I came here at about 1060 on my Sork and I still blew everything up. So I would say you could come here easily around 1000 item level, maybe a little bit sooner depending on your class. 950 to 1000 item level. I would suggest coming on over here and then starting this little quest line over here. So once you get there, you'll actually get a long chain of a quest line. This doesn't take too long, take you about 20-25 minutes to do. It's all on this little island area. You speak to these guys, these little druid womans, and then you've got to actually just walk around the island and kill a bunch of mobs. And at some point, you'll actually get one of those costumes where you've got to put the costume on like the clown, and you've got to go through a little portal and save some prisoners on the other side, and then you just come back through the portal and that's it, and you go kill some more again and pick up things. And then actually once you complete this quest chain, you get a daily quest where you can come to this island every single day and you have to kill 100% of these enemies. So defeat them, the legion, 100%. You just run around and kill them, and there'll be a little item as well that you can pick up. So you just run around, kill stuff. And the basic thing about that is every day you'll actually get a key. Now, for completing the quest, the very first time you do this, you do actually get 2 keys. And what those keys do is they let you enter into the dungeon, because the dungeon actually requires you to have a key to go in. And then inside the dungeon, there is a boss in there that you want to kill because she gives you currency. And then there's also a special little quest where you got to go up into the top corner. And in the fight itself, once you get to the last boss, once you drop her health down 50%, there'll be these little clowns that spawn. You want to take 3 or 4 of them with you, because once they get near you, they'll explode. So you bait them up to the top. To see like there's a little hidden area with the wall, and you just run up to that wall with the clowns, and then you actually let them explode, and they will break open the wall for you. And that's how you get in there. That's the first time little, just one time completion. There's a macaca seed up there, and there's an item there, a little mob you've got to kill that will give you a quest for a little boost in those little currencies. And the currencies is the main reason why we're actually doing this every day. You get the currency from doing the dungeon, and that currency unlocks this shop, this merchant over here. The merchant you can only get to once you are actually tier 3. Well, once you hit 1100 item level on tier 2, where you can actually go into the dungeon, because you have to finish the dungeon to actually finish the quest. The last part of the quest is to do the dungeon, but you can still do, there's another daily quest, and that one you can actually do over and over. As soon as you come here and you've done the quest up until that point, will give you a daily to farm for the key. So what I suggest doing now, farm for the key, stack as many keys as you can, and then once you actually hit 1100 item level, once you get to tier 3, come back and sit down and do the dungeon as much as you can. Because this vendor, I'll have it up on screen now, this is all the stuff you can get from the vendor there. So if we have a look at what the vendor gives you, she gives you the Overwhelmed Ruin for 3600. Now that ruin is best in slot for so many classes. What's it? Deathblade, Striker, War Dancer, Berserker. There's so many classes where that thing is like best in slots. Go look it up. And then you get the T2 gem chests. You can, this is actually roster bound character limit. You see there 10, so you can get 10 of these. Those are tier 2 gems at level 3. 10, so you can easily sell those. It's very cheap. Or you could just use them on your tier 2 alts and then sell them afterwards. And then as well, there is the tier 3 gem chest where you get 5 gems. And those are also very useful because it's tier 3 gems. They're really pricey right now. Anywhere from 100 to 400 gold or more easily. You could sell those for a nice little gold boost with the, and it's pretty cheap as well, only 200. Then you do get the 7 uncommon engraving recipes. That's your class. You can choose whichever class you want. 7 of those per roster. So you got a limit of 7 as well. Very cheap. And then you got the 5 rare engravings also for your class. Also very expensive. Those go easily for 150 gold each. So 150 times 5. That's like over 1,000 gold right there. And then we do have the epic one. Now the epic one is even more. That's 400 gold or plus. You could probably even pay up to 1,000 gold for that also as well for your class. And the legendary engraving, very huge. Easily 5 to 10,000 or more, 15,000 gold depending on class engravings. I know the bard engraving was going for like 20k or something like that, the legendary bard one. But we'll have to check it out now. So you could either use that for yourself, which is 2 per limit. You got a limit of 2 of these. Or you could sell them and get a quick buck. I would suggest selling them now while all the tier 3 stuff is really expensive, because the prices are going to drop eventually. And then with the gold that you make now from selling it, you'll actually just buy it back for yourself later anyway. in the life leafstone chest. I'm not sure if those are bound to you, but I know they are on your roster, so you can send them between your odds. So I'm assuming you might be able to sell them as well. But if not, you will be using a lot of those leafstones anyway to boost up your characters. And then the honor leafstones is your tier 3 leafstones as well. 50 of those, very useful. And then the hollowed fruit I think is for a recipe, and that's unlimited, so you can buy that as much as you want. But yeah, as you can see, this is very nice little vendor to get you going. As soon as you hit tier 3, it's super easy. Get that overwhelm, get you some tier 3 gems, or just if you just want to sell all of this, it will probably easily net you 20 to 40,000 gold a year, depending on what you sell and what you don't. So a nice little gold boost, easily get 20 to 40k, get you into tier 3, wait a little bit when all the mats drop in price, and then buy it all back, and there you go, you've got double the value. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I will be making also, there is another part that I completely forgot about. The boss actually has an island token from her, so you can kill her for the island token, getting you closer to your 20 island tokens for your skill potions. And then she has an Omnimus star, I think that's how you pronounce it. Very, very important in tier 3. That's part of the end game. Also unlocking skill point potions and a whole bunch of different things. So the Omnimus star, I'm going to make a separate guide on it because that is a whole guide on its own. I have to actually get to tier 3 before I can test it out myself, but there is a whole new game about that. You need Omnimus stars in tier 3. She drops one randomly, so another reason to kill her as much as you can. The island token also just random drop from her, and then all this fat loot. You want to get this fat loot going into tier 3. Anyways, hope this helped you guys. If it did, drop a sub. Be waiting on that next video for the Omnimus Star Guide. Will be out as soon as I hit tier 3, hopefully within the week. And I'll catch you guys in tier 3. Augustin out.